Hey kiddos, it's Dad. I am back in the shed here to talk with you on another video. So I'm going to talk today about the importance of financial literacy. Something that's probably under-taught in schools, not probably, is definitely under-taught in schools, but is a huge thing to master in your life. I don't know what the stats are off the top of my head, but I know that when it comes to divorce, one of the top causes is, at the end of the day, couples that can't get along or can't come to agreement over money. It's something that, with a little attention, is not that hard to master. The key is learning it and putting time into the resources that are out there. So the first thing I'm going to mention is, learning how to budget. What a budget is basically a list of expenses. How you make a budget is not that complicated. You just need to sit down. It's good if you've got your bank statement, or you get it to your bank account online and you look at it. And for as long as back as you can go, you just start listing expenses and you categorize them. So, one might be mortgage or rent, housing expenses, utilities, grocery shopping on a weekly basis or monthly basis, phone communications, so cell phone, and internet, other various methods that you might be spending money on communicating with people. Entertainment, right? If you're subscribing to streaming services like Netflix or anything like that, basically all you do, you list those, right? And when you list them, you then need to categorize them, right? Essential, maybe discretionary, like something that you like but you could live without, and then things that are just maybe desires or something in that same category. And then sometimes what you've got is unexpected expenses, like say the car breaks down or something like that. And what you got to do is you put those into categories. And obviously you got to start with the essential. You got to have a roof over your head, you got to have food to eat, food, shelter, clothing. That's what they say the basic essentials are expenses. Essentials are for expenses. And then you've got the entertainment stuff, right? Like going out to movies, going out to dinners, that kind of stuff with friends. It's more about getting together with people and things like that. So you've got your essentials budget, and from there, I would next take, if you can, a year's worth of, say, surprise expenses, divided by 12, and then set aside money for surprise, right? Maybe even it goes into a special account for that on a regular basis from a paycheck or from money you earn. The next piece that you want to start budgeting in, though, is from the book Richest Man in Babylon, which is a book about basically the central tenet is a portion of all you earn is yours to keep. And at a minimum, you want to try to set aside 10% of what you earn. So 10 cents out of every dollar, $10 out of every $100, $100 out of every $1,000. And the first thing to do with it is put it aside into an account that is not touched, right? And then what you're looking to do at some point is find a way that goes to investments, whether that is investments in an IRA or stocks or some kind of other real estate related thing or something of that nature, right? That's what you're setting aside for long term, right? Now, technically, if you can, that should be even before the rest of your budget, right? That should be almost in the category of your mandatories or your must set asides, like your living expenses. But we all get into financial difficulty from time to time. And sometimes, right, you got to pare everything down just to the bare minimum of what you need. Now, the key is, if you learn this, and this will, I guess, sort of be a precursor, is hopefully you keep out of short-term debt in your life. That's credit card debt, that's short-term loans, car loans. About the only debt that I am maybe a fan of is probably mortgage debt. I mean, it's tough to buy a house without getting a mortgage. But the key, as much as you can in your life, is you don't owe anybody else. And the best way to not owe anybody else is to live within this budget that you create. Your budget tells you the minimum that you need to earn to live, to break even. Now, you need to be out there in the marketplace to get a career and get a job and earn money, and do whatever it takes to earn money, so that hopefully you have some excess, right? So that some of that excess can then be pushed off to the side for that discretionary spending. So, trips you want to take, meals and time out with friends and family and stuff like that. The good things that you want to do in life. But that stuff has to be extra between what you earn and what your mandatory expenses are, right? Where people get into trouble is we live in this world where people think, oh, everybody's doing X, Y, Z. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to put it on the credit card, and next thing you know, they're $10,000 in debt, and they're paying the minimum on their credit card payment every month. I want you guys to do your best to stay away from that. We have done our best to stay away from that. It's not always easy. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. Sometimes there's things you want to do that you can't. But that's life. If you master this at a young age, though, by the time you're my age and your mom's age, you live a life that a lot of people only wish they could live. So that's my advice. As much growth in financial disciplines as you can. We'll talk more deeper about this on other videos, I'm sure, and I'm always a resource. So anyway, love you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.